Hallo Leute und herzlich willkommen zurück auf Ihr Minecraft.
Hello everyone, my name is IJ.
Hello everyone, my name is IJ, and welcome back to another Project Redstoneworld devlog. Today is episode 13, part 2. Last week was part 1, and in last week we went over a lot of the changes in like the server, how it's running, like performance and all that. I actually did some more boosts, so that TPS is noticeably better this time than last episode, because I figured out how to do some things, and like some of my configs weren't working at all because I wasn't booting up the server correctly. So that is fixed now. I'm hoping that I can do more stuff to get that better, because still that MSPT value in yellow isn't the best thing to have. But yeah, I'll figure that out. We went over the changes at Founding Island, the hotel, and Tower 2. And this week I'm going over all the stuff that I couldn't fit in. I don't know, I've got a lot of stuff that I didn't put in, so I may even have to make a part 3. But we'll see. So first of all, I'm going to start off at Founding Island, inside the sub-basement of Tower 1. So we're going to have to go down there. And I'm pretty sure that I may have showed this in a few episodes ago, but there is a bunker underneath Founding Island that's in progress. I think I showed off the airlock mechanism. I don't think I can yet. The airlock mechanism is in lockdown right now. But yeah, we're working on a bunker here. This may seem like kind of small space for a big bunker, but you know, we've got a lot of space here. We basically have this entire underground Founding Island. You even have a big chunk over here too, so we could do a lot with this. I'm really excited to see where it goes. Right now we've got like some guard barracks. We got a reactor, and we've got a little admin zone, and you can like control. This is a kind of a cool mechanism here for controlling all like the doors and stuff, so you can basically lock down everything. That's what this mess of wires is. And then here's going to be office space. Now I haven't been like, this is not me building most of it, but like I built the airlock, and I helped on some of the redstone here, but I'm really excited to see where this goes. I think it's going to be pretty cool when it's finished. Alright, now, also, last week I said that the cruise ship didn't have anything really special going for it. The ocean was just terraformed. Well, that made someone mad, and now I've got to go show, and some more progress was made this week. Actually, a lot of progress was made, so it's something that I can show now. So we're going to go past the bunker, through Xmas Town, and over here we've got these new buildings being made, and we've got this this planning. This wasn't here last week. All this wool. There's gonna be like a crane thing here. And then it's going to be, the train is going to be connecting this way. It's going to be going to the DOS train station, which, also here, let me just fly to it. It's a bit of a distance here. We're planning on redoing, because this train station, it looks cool from the outside, but the interior design is just terrible. That's mostly my fault, because of these like big bulky modules. I mean, I've managed to like reduce some of the space in all of these. Like this was like super bulky, but I made this a whole lot less bulky. So it's no longer bulky. But these things are still very bulky, and it's kind of hard to make like multiple floors of these modules too, because they've got a lot going underground. But these things were made like, I don't know, 7 years ago, so I could probably figure out a way to make them more compact, if I need to. But we'll see once that cruise terraforming gets some progress. And also, what I was mentioning last week, we've got the oceans being terraformed. Before it was just some big hole, but now we've got like it's being smoothed out. You see, we still got some like world edit balls here, but yeah, it's getting smoothed out, and it's looking a lot more natural. And then yeah, there's gonna be a like a port or terminal harbor thing, whatever the word is, that's gonna connect back to the Redstoneworld International Train Network. So the next thing, while we are in the West Wing here, is the theme park. So, as you may have known, the theme park was going under an overhaul just to make things work. And that overhaul has got some very nice progress on it. It's not entirely finished, but the theme park is open again. It's in a state where I can have, like, people coming on and playing on it. It still kind of kills the TPS, so it's not like, it still is not the best thing to be loaded in, because the server kind of has an inefficient system, because Founding Island is the center of the world. I feel like performance would be better if Founding Island wasn't loaded, especially not that little that control room inside of it. But I need that control room because that's all the basic like server functions, so that has to be there. Also, there's more lag right now because I'm actively developing the Rakegame, and because of that, I'm keeping my Rakegame, all my commands in that, permanently chunk loaded. So that can cause some lag, as that is a big space. But once that Rakegame is finished, it's going to be a system where that stuff only gets chunk loaded if there are people actively playing the Rakegame. So that won't be a problem anymore. So for the theme park, the security still needs kind of a little update here. There's been some decoration around to make this look better. And then there's been, I can't really like show all the changes here because a lot of them I think I've covered in previous videos, and also there's just a ton. I've literally had to go through every single contraption and change it. You can see the TPS is suffering right now, but I think that's mainly due to the Rakegame. And yeah, there's stuff I've had to redo the internals of, like the Ferris wheel, because you know I've had to redo it before. And then some things I have to like put back what was before because bugs got patched. So yeah, it was fun. It was an undertaking, but the theme park's better now. What was terrible though was something that I've been putting off for years because 1.13 basically screwed up all the water rides. And if you don't know, there's this massive water ride here. So I basically like had to redo all this water here, all the internals. And unfortunately, this applies to all three sectors that follow this rule. Well, they don't anymore. I've had to put in the use of command blocks. At this point, I really don't care as long as I limit them. Well, one of the things that I'll show in a little bit is the opposite of limiting them. But yeah, I still kind of like using command blocks, and especially when I'm trying to fix things up, there's only so much space to move redstone. So yeah, that's kind of hard to do without command blocks. So here. So one of the things is, I talked about, not last week, but the last devlog before that, I talked about redoing the key cards in this place. So I've done that. I fixed up a lot of the mechanisms, and I also decided to add a little. Bro, what are you doing up here? This guy is supposed to be bodyguarding the receptionist, and he's all the way up here. So this is a little tavern cafe thing. I don't know the names, but we found some empty space inside the hotel in this floor, and we decided to add a little whatever name you want to say. There's a bar, cafe, whatever. And then you got the kitchen here, and you've got the bar, you got the seating. These are the food. These things are directly ripped off of the the bunker, because I already made a system like that, I think the end of last year. Oof. Oh, okay, you just have to stand close to it and then you get it. Is that even a word? Overrate? Yep, I think that's not a word. Alright, now the second big change over here is, we're working on a reactor, because, that's important, and normally our reactors are just, you stick an end rod, you put some end rods, and you put an end crystal in the middle, and, I don't know, you put some water off to the side if you wanted to make a cooling system. But we're trying to make, like, a cooler, more realistic, here you can see what I was talking about with the command blocks, version. So, what we're doing here is we're trying to make it more like like an actual nuclear fission reactor to an extent. It's not going to be like super realistic, because this is Minecraft. Like, for example, this. So this is the where we get the uranium, and I know this is wrong. This is not what they do, but so we've got the mine. We mine uranium-238, which is what's mostly found around the world. But the reactors, they need uranium-235. So what we do here is we just put them into this thing, and a giant laser, just removes 3 neutrons. But no, that's not what happens in the real world. But it's better than putting an end crystal on some end rods. So here, let me show you the actual sequence here. So you enter the retrieval station. Now this is gonna send up 10 U-238 blocks from the mines down below, which is really just a dropper. But we can pretend that they're 9s. So now here they are. Hold on, that's 6. Now we should be getting. Alright, now we've got our natural 238, which is unprocessed uranium, not ready to be used as fuel yet. And then this is going to actually be a job, so you can get emeralds for doing this. Now, you go over here, and you need to start charging up the giant laser beam thing. So we're going to hold the uranium, and yeah, you need to have 10. And we can see that it's got no energy in it right now, but when we press it, it's gonna start charging using these solar batteries or whatever. It's getting electricity from the sun is what I'm trying to say. But these are the models for the not models, the blocks. I stole this design from another part of the theme park. When it's supposed to be used as a diesel generator or whatever. It's supposed to. Here, I'll pull it up. So here in the hotel, this is supposed to be the generator, but and it's not supposed to be like solar or whatever. But now I've kind of changed it so that this thing is not powering the whole theme park. That would be silly. So this is for emergency services on the nuclear plant. But the nuclear plant is supposed to power everything. So now we've got our beam running. We got the beacon going up. So what we do now is we throw in these blocks, and we need to put in 10 exactly into the beacon. And it's going to close up, and it tells us to stand back. If you don't, you're going to get poison and wither. But yeah, it's going to do some fizzing, then some explosions, and then a lightning strike. And then here it shoots up 10 of our process U-235, which is the uranium that can be used in the fission. And then there's this thing, the compacted neutronium, which is a byproduct. And this is going to be used to craft like some OP gear in the future. So yeah, and from this theme park job, we're very generous, and we're allowing the workers to keep this. So that's going to be cutting out of the pay, because it's such a cool item. So don't expect to be paid too much. And also, I think that we're going to put in a system where you have to put in a few emeralds to get it started, because of all the uranium you need to get. But then you'll be making a profit. But you need to pay, like, I don't know, 5 emeralds to start the job. Alright, well, I guess we can go to the Rakegame next. And this is what I've been working a lot on, and there's a lot of features in this, because I'm basically just designing a little mini. It's kind of a mini. It's a game. I don't know if it's mini enough to be a mini game or large enough to be a game. It's kind of like an in between. So where we're going right now is we're going to the place where you can get into the Rakegame. So this is, you can't get into the Rakegame yet because it's not finished, but you can take this track, track 5 right here from Founding Island, and this is not going to take you to the Rakegame, but it's going to take you to the Rake Airport, which is how you're going to get there. So this used to be just some empty savannah area, but what we've got here now is we've got this little military base thing, and there's a PvP arena up there. So this bit is for decoration. It's just, supposed to be some military stuff, because we're working on like the lore of the Rake, and I'm part of the bad guys. That's what's up. So this is the lobby building. Now I know that this may get like redesigned in the future, like the exterior. I don't think the interior, so this may change the look of it. But here is the Blakewood Travel Registration Center, and Blakewood is the name of the forest. Even though it's called the Rakegame, it's not called the Rake Forest. That's dumb. The location is called Blakewood. So you got an ATM here, and over here, this is something extra for the night vision goggles item. We've made it so that if you want to use the night vision goggles, you need to have this license. So out here, you need to buy it for 5 emeralds, and then you'll be able to use the night vision goggles. But this doesn't give you the night vision goggles; it just allows you to use them if you buy it. So basically, it's a scam. And we've got an ATM here. But then down here is where Blakewood Travel is. Gotta fix that. Alright. So now down here, this is pretty cool. This is this is like a 3D map of the Blakewood Forest, which is the name of the location, of course. So we can see the marks. Like, here's the tower, there's the power station, here's the... I don't actually know what that is. Yes, I think some of these things the locations are wrong. So that's the shop, I know. And then I'm guessing, I don't know. That may be the cave, I don't know. But then the safe house, that would be the safe house, which it's not there. There's the burning bus. That's the base camp. These are some miscellaneous things that we'll get to. There's the radio tower, and this we'll also get into. And then here, this is the credits hall. So you go down here, you see the credits, and here is where you purchase your ticket. It's going to ignore those signs. I did not place those. We're gonna have to hold 1 emerald in your hand, and that's what it's gonna cost to go to Blakewood. I'm saying it because it's 1 emerald, which sounds cheap for Redstoneworld, but really, this is going to be happening every time you die. I think okay, I don't know. I'll work on that price, because I don't know if that's happening. No, that's not happening every time you die, but that's happening every time you join the game. That's a price I still need to think about, because 1 emerald. Well, I mean, if someone plays the Rakegame a lot, then 1 emerald would be a good price, I think. I was kind of like trying to match it to real life, because 1 emerald is worth $100. Not in real life, obviously, but like it's in my fake economy. It's worth $100, and then that's normally the price of like a plane ticket. But I mean, if I change it to $200, that's probably still a reasonable price. Or so 2 emeralds. Yeah, that could work, and that's something I may want to do. I'll figure it out. But now let's go to the Blakewood Forest, which is where players will actually be. Now there's a lot of gadgets that you can buy from the shop. There's a ton of things going on. So we may be here for a little bit. All right, I think I'm about here. Yeah. So now you'll see these buildings. This was the old radio tower. It's absurdly big, and yeah, I don't think that we would want this to be a location in the rake game, because this is just way too big. It's gonna be super hard for the rake, because like players can hide everywhere. Like I think that there's like some yeah, someone could hide in here definitely. But this is what the radio tower looks like now. It's I feel like this works much better. Also, I added some security cameras in places, so we've got that now. And what I've done this for is to look like some little abandoned place on the side. But the barrier, there's a barrier wall here, so players can't actually go to it. Now this is a new thing. It's some like watchtower, but the problem is that if you step on it, it alerts. It's not supposed to do that. I've got to raise the height on that. Yeah, because I fixed the I made it so that you can actually climb the tower here. But this is like some little watchtower. There's some little base here. There's like Easter eggs all over the place. I'll let players find that for themselves. Here's one of the major locations that you saw on the map. This is the lighthouse. So what's special about the lighthouse is so players are gonna have to swim to it over here. And now I've also like made the sea level low, so people I mean high. The sea bottom is high, so that players can't like hide at the very bottom. And there's gonna be features that the rake has to help them see players who think that they're good at hiding. But the lighthouse, geez, stop it with the scary sounds. What this is gonna do is this is going to be a big thing that players are gonna want to use, because it's gonna use a ton of power. But every player has blindness on them during the night. And I wish that I could control the blindness, but I popped into the new Rakegame, like the actual one on Roblox a few days ago, and it's got blindness given to the players that's similar to mine. I think it's actually more than mine. But I've also put in a rake resource pack. And what this has is it has this foggier fog pack embedded inside of it, and what this pack does is it's gonna make everything look a whole lot more foggy, and that adds a good amount of blindness too. So that's not enough blindness that the fog gives, because you could still see a good amount of space, so players get blindness. But what this does is anywhere on the coast, like this entire area, if that lighthouse is on, you are not going to have blindness at all. I mean, you're still going to have the fog, but you'll be cleared of blindness. And this is only for the players. The rake will still be blind. There's only one case where the rake does not get blindness, and that's in the blood hour, which is where basically everyone dies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that during the blood hour, the rake should be killing everyone. So this is going to use... we don't have any power here, so we gotta go to the power station, and I've shown this off before, but we gotta hit this button, this button, and then this button. And if you hear that, there are some custom sounds added because we're now adding a rake pack. I'm going to have to get another account in a few minutes to show you some of the other features, especially the ones for the rake. Now, this uses a ton of power, but this will now clear anyone of blindness along the coast. And also, I've added where it's going to automatically turn off if you leave the area. This is to save power, because it uses a ton of power. I mean, it takes a chunk of power after it starts. How much is it? Yeah, so it's going to remove 32 power. When you charge up, power gets set to 100, so it's going to remove 32. And then there's a little redstone clock here, and it's going to remove 1 power level when the clock completes. Which, I think I've broken the clock. No, I don't know. There's something I did here, but I'll fix it in the future. Okay, so, what next? Here, I guess we're already here, so we've got a leaderboard now. So this will tell you how many, your high score, how many points you've ever had. Now, points, you get points, and you can use them at the shop, but your points will be cleared once you leave the rate game. You keep them when you die, though. And then your survivals, they just tick up. So the high score gets set to, you know, the max amount of points you've ever had. And when you die, your inventory gets cleared. Also, speaking of inventory, let me make sure, because I don't want to lose my inventory. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to want to do that. So we killed the marker, and now we're going to run function project Redstoneworld store inventory. So this is a cool system. So basically what's happening is when you first join the rate game, you know, all your Redstoneworld regular stuff is going to get cleared. Your inventory is going to go away. Now, I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory that I don't want to go away. I got books, I got OP swords, I've got like things from when I was like 5 years old that I like to save, all this stuff. I've got OP armor, so I don't want to lose my inventory. But this store inventory system basically puts a invisible entity inside Founding Island, and inside of the entity, it's going to have it's going to literally copy over all the data from your inventory. So it's going to know what slot it is, the count, all the data. It's going to have all of it. So that will be given back to you when you leave the rate game. So this, I still got to make a system where if you're gone from the game, if you like press disconnect and you're gone for long enough, it will automatically like mark you for leaving the game. It's not gonna like penalize you, of course, if you like have an internet bug and your Minecraft like crashes and it's like 1 minute that you're gone. But if you're gone for like 10 minutes, then yeah, you're getting reset. And then here, this is how you voluntarily leave the rate game. You step inside of the van. Now both the rake and regular players can do this. And if the rake does this, let me make sure I'm not the rake, so it doesn't put that system in. It's gonna try to find a new rake. So okay, I don't have the rake. So you step inside and you say, yes, get me out of here. The door's gonna close up. You're gonna drive away. And now this is the this is the queue system. So, oh, hold on. This is not going to do anything because I have, I've got all these dev tags in. So so like for example, Rake Dev Insurance, it's going to be adding the insurance power up to you all the time so that you don't get your inventory cleared when you die. It's all these tags to help me develop where I don't lose my inventory and all that stuff, or like I'm not blind at night, all that kind of stuff. So when we remove that, you're going to notice my inventory got clear there, but then it came back. Now we're on an airplane, and now we're back at the airport here. Now let me give myself add Rake Dev Leave and Rakegame. I've got all these tags. Yeah, there's tons of tags from the Rakegame, but it's needed. So that's the van system. Now a lot of these things haven't changed too much. I think. Oh, I don't think that I've gone over the supply crate system. Yeah. Okay. So this was there before, but this is my nerd cave now. Before. Here's what it looked like before. It was just this little bit, but now it's a lot larger. So it's got a lot more features now. So here we'll take a look at one here. So if you go to the base camp, you're gonna notice that there's this ugly arrow thing here, which is supposed to be a flare gun, but oh well. So you pick it up and it says shoot flare. Place this on the ground to shoot off a flare. Can be placed on grass blocks. So, here, let's go close to the power station. So, we're going to right-click this on the ground. And now we have got this red beam shooting up to the sky. And it says a flare has been fired. Now, normally, this spawn egg will go away. But I'm in creative, so it stays. Now, the flare's gone away, and after this, it's just a little cooldown, and then the supply crate will spawn in. Alright, now it says the supply crate has entered the map. Watch this, guys. Now, there's a bunch of random locations all over the map, but we've got to find it. It's going to be highlighted in the sky over here. So, it's landing over here, and we can see it's like a chest with a little parachute. So this is gonna fall down. There's an armor stand down here, and that's what its target is. And then once it reaches its target, we don't want neutronium, and we don't want this anymore. The supply crate has landed. Now, a few weeks ago, I realized that the Rake can open up the supply crate too, so this is my solution to that. There is now a supply crate key system. So, all these crates are locked, and if you have the supply, and all the players will be given a supply crate key when the crate lands, and then you'll be able to open it. And this is some randomly generated items, so it's going to come with a bunch of regeneration and speed potions, and it's going to also come with stun sticks and protection vests. So the vests, they give you, of course, armor, and they give you more health, so you'll be able to survive more shots, because the Rake can, the Rake normally will 3-shot, but the Rake has potential to even 2-shot. So this is going to prevent that from happening. The stun stick will allow you to kill the Rake. Now, the Rake can actually be killed, like Minecraft kill, because it has regeneration applied to it constantly, but I've got a system where it tracks how much damage it takes, and if it reaches a certain amount, then it's gonna be it's gonna get messy. Yeah, the blood hour will probably get triggered. Now here, this is the shop. So I've got the shop implemented now. Now this guy will be, it's night, so this guy should be in his bed normally. I'll show what that looks like. Oh, these are not supposed to be open. That's just Minecraft screwing around because this registry is still going. But it's going to look like this during the night. This is going to be closed up, and you won't be able to interact with them. But here, let's fix that. but it's currently registered as day during the rake thing. So, oh, I've got 0 points. So these are all the things that we have. We've got the security camera panel, which I showed in the last one. We've got the rake tracker, which uses some like math to put in the distance between you and the rake. We've got the power monitor, which tells you the percentage of power that's left in the power station, which it's kind of a scam. 75 is a little high for that, I think. The power station toolkit, though, is pretty cool because it allows you to, like, dodge that, like, whole, like, parkour thing to get inside of the power station. You can just go around the back. There's a ladder that spawns just for you, and, there's a little, area to make a quick escape, but, don't think that you can, like, hide from the rake up there. The rake gets jump boost. It can get up to you. You've got a compass, which is misspelled in the name there, but it will always point to the power station. Alright, so here, this is the pocket mini-map, which is another kind of map here. So that's not going to tell you where you are currently, but it gives you a general look at where stuff is. This is actually taken from the Dyn map of the server. That's where this image is from. So then here there is the trap, which are like little pieces. It's like dead coral, whatever. But you can put them around the forest, and if the rake steps in one, it gets trapped. I completely forgot that I added that. It's a pretty cool system. So then here are the night vision goggles. This is like a helmet for you to wear, and it has an energy system. But this is the stun stick that you can find in supply crates. You can get them here too. And then item insurance is a system where you can keep all your items on death. You have to pay for this though, and you will lose this ability once you die. So you'll have to pay for it again. But if you've got like every single item on here and you don't want to lose it, item insurance is what you definitely want. So yeah, this is a lot. All of this, there's hundreds of command blocks. A lot of work has been going into this. So this is like one of the reasons why I haven't put a devlog out in so long, because I've been working hard on this. And you know, this is like, and this thing is entirely for lore. This is the mayor's house, and he's got a secret bunker underneath his house. And ooh, one more thing. Let's spawn in a zombie. So now, I don't think that I can do that in here. Yeah, I can't. But here, let's go outside of the Rakegame. So let's just go to, I don't know. I'm hoping that I can find an island this way. All right, over here. So now, here, I gotta do this quick. So this is what zombies look like inside the pack. And we're using the plugin. Oh no, it's gonna start burning. It makes loud noises. We're using the plugin lib disguises so that the player that's chosen as a rake will look like this to all the other players. This is a custom model, and yeah, it's gonna make some not nice noises when it starts dying. So let's ooh. Yeah, it can actually die, but it can be hurt because the player's getting every generation on it who's the rake. So you shouldn't hear that static. However, you will hear that static noise when the player dies. Oh, and also, here's another cool feature. So if you are chosen to be the rake, and you step onto the roof of the safe house, it's gonna break, and you'll be able to get inside. So yeah, that's another cool thing. And oh, I probably gotta make a reset for this too, because you don't want the safe house to permanently have that. That's another thing I gotta add. And I've also been putting in all these sounds for the rake. Like I got screeches, I got noises for blood hour, and also I've changed the chase sound back to the original. So if you are near the rake, like really close, then you'll hear this. And you still have a heartbeat play, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is I've got some bad design right here in my system. I'm gonna have to redo that. So yeah, that is what's up for today inside Redstoneworld. The Rakegame should be done very soon. So yeah, I'm excited to see where that how that turns out. Yeah, that's it. Keep on redstoning it up, and I'll probably be seeing you guys again in a few weeks for more stuff about the Redstoneworld's 10-year anniversary.